Welcome to the Deep Sea Nidalee fan skin by Sita Duncan with music from Chris Hoffman. Meow, 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 meow. I always rather enjoyed the deep sea skins that Riot does for their League of Legends characters, particularly the latest Kog'Maw one, and Cho'Gath is pretty creepy. Not only is he a giant demon, he is now a giant demon fishman. We're getting close to the Lovecraft way, but we're not quite there. Doing Deep Sea Nidalee was a little bit of a challenge. I thought it would be more interesting because she has two forms, so right there it's like I'm designing two characters right off the bat, or two new skins for them. Nidalee is one of my favorite characters just because of her utility. Late game, she does not always have the best foot up, but she's still so much fun to play, especially towards middle game where she is just destroying everything. So for this image, I made a more detailed background, sort of along the lines of Mokai, and I had to figure out how to put both of the characters into the composition neatly, while still saving room for what would, normally be the skin boxes. I was just practicing, I suppose. It's kind of like a mix of a fish and a lion, or like a lionfish, which is kind of interesting. I think you'll really enjoy the colors that I put on the feline form. Tying in the elements from her cat form into her human form was a lot of fun. I got to deal with mixing colors, making sure the themes were appropriate. Her hair color was always going to be a lot of fun since her feline form is a purple color. She has a new hair color which has never been seen on Nidalee before, and she has a shark tooth necklace, as well as her bracers, which I tried to tie into the feline's glowy bits, which might not be visible right now. This one, time-wise, I think it took me about the same time as Maokai did, because their recordings were just about the same length. I guess Nidalee was a little bit longer, but seeing as how there are essentially two characters, that's acceptable, I think. I'm almost to the point where I start adding color. I'm just going back and finishing some of the finer details, refining everything a little bit. Oh yeah, her trident I think would be awesome. Going back to Poseidon a little bit, the nymph of the sea. Not that that's what Poseidon is, but anyhow. The coloring for this image was a bit more intense than it was for Maokai or Sumo Graga, simply because of a new style I was trying. I actually used a couple of layers with different settings on them, so I had to go through each layer individually and put the color down, so that's what you see me doing here. I definitely like the effect that I got though. It's very nice, it kind of glows from the inside a little bit. I think it would be really cool to see a skin like this in game. You have a Deep Sea Nidalee. Oh, you can even have like a Deep Sea team with Sumo Gragas and Cho'Gath and Kog'Maw and Kassadin. That might actually work team-wise too, because of all the elements there. Maybe if you had like an attack damage Nidalee, but that's no fun. Towards this part of the image, I couldn't quite find the colors I was looking for. There was just too much blue for me. So I was messing with the sky, trying to figure out a balance between the water, when eventually I was just like, you know what, this needs to change. And so I made it a nice sort of sunsetty sky, colors that you would never see in the original, like in real life. But that's half of the fun of doing these images, I mean, right? I hope you enjoyed the Deep Sea Nidalee Spotlight with Sita Duncan.